All right, let's try that again. All right, I'd like to start off by saying Barakateh Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kodash. Welcome to another GMS on the Move. This one is entitled The Wheat and the Tares. I don't know what happened to the other one, but regardless, you know, Satan is the prince of the power of the air, so let him have it. The parable of the wheat and the tares. That's what we're going to deal with. Now, as I was saying before, this is based off of something a member of the Sakari said. It was a video that Elder Karate Zaba from the GMS Baltimore camp did. And the individual was having a conversation with a Ephraimite that was drunk. And I don't know if another individual was out there. I believe he was out there. I believe he might have been from France. He looked like a Hamite. And there was a conversation about him being a Hamite. Like I said, I don't know the particulars. I was listening to it. I wasn't watching. So I can't really say what exactly was going on in the video itself visually. But what I heard, you know, that the brother played, the elder played, you know, was that the individual speaking was from the Sakari. He said that the quote-unquote Hamite-looking individual, you know, merely paraphrasing what he said, was an Israelite based off the fact that he was bearing witness with what was being said, which he's correct on it, like I said. Now, on the other side, he said that there's white-looking people in Great Millstone, in so many words. Tears, which, like I said, he should have applied that he did with the Hamite-looking individual bearing witness with the word that proved that he was an Israelite. But because he has dark skin or brown skin, he gets a pass. And because someone has light skin, like a so-called, you know, like a so-called white man, an Edomite, they don't get the pass. You know, which is ignorance at its best. Anyway, listen good. When we deal with the parable of the wheat and the tares look exactly like the wheat. I'm going to say it again. The tares look exactly like the wheat. I'm going to say it one more time. The tares look exactly like the wheat. Now, who's the wheat? The Israelites, beginning with the tribe of Yahweh, Judah, so-called Negroes. So that means that the tares that were going to be growing up around the wheat are going to look dark-skinned with woolly hair, just like the wheat. All right? They're not going to look like Moabites. They're not going to look like Edomites. They're not going to look like Hamites. They're not going to look like any other nation. They're going to look exactly like the Israelites. But the difference is that their spirit is not a spirit of an Israelite because their father was not an Israelite, although their mother was. So this is the ignorance, saying that these Edomite-looking individuals would grow up with Jake and then at the end they'll be separated. No, the tares look just like the wheat. So how can these Edomite-looking Jakes be tares if they don't look like the wheat? You know? And like I said, the brother should have, you know, and the energy is not towards him, you know, the energy is just towards the ignorance that's out there regarding this situation, you know, these situations, you know, of the wheat and the tare, of, you know, he looks like an Edomite, so he's an Edomite. That's the mentality of the world. The scriptures say, be not conformed to this world. We're supposed to be renewed in the spirit of our minds. So if we're spiritual, we're supposed to judge spiritual things. So if you have an individual that looks like an Edomite, he looks like a Hamite, he looks like a Moabite, he looks like an Elamite, he looks like an Ishmaelite, but he's understanding these words and he's out there teaching it and breaking it down correctly and directly, it means he's an Israelite. It says in Ezekiel 40, well, actually, Daniel 12 and 10, the wicked shall not understand. And Ezekiel 44 and 9, no stranger, uncircumcised in heart or uncircumcised in flesh, shall enter into the congregation of the Lord. So there's not going to be any mistakes. There's not going to be anybody, another nation just stumbling into the truth. It's not going to happen. Because that would make the Lord a liar. And we know that the Lord is not a liar. And his words don't go out void. He said it, and that's how it is. That's what the scripture says. Our spirit bears witness with the spirit of the Most High that we are the children of the Most High. Just barely paraphrasing. You know, so this ignorance out there of these individuals saying that GMS has white people in their congregation is straight up bogus. It's straight up ignorant. You know? But that just goes to show, you know, the hatred that these camps have for Great Millstone. But that's all right. As the scriptures say, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate. You know? Because whenever you approach any camp out there, outside of Great Millstone, and they find out that the individual is a Great Millstone or GMS, which some of them people have not, they might listen, but they're not a part of this if they're not out there teaching the word. You know, but as soon as they find out Great Millstone or GMS, here comes the attacks. You rapists, you know, you have Edomites in your congregation. You know, it's never about the doctrine. It's never about the truth. It's always about personal attacks because they feel slighted or they feel hatred towards Great Millstone. You know? And that's going to come to a stop because the Lord is going to put a separation. The Lord is going to lift up his standard. The Lord is going to, you know, make known who he's dealing with. Scripture said, then shall be known who are my chosen. And we're coming to that point now, you know, and it's going to be totally revealed. And that's a beautiful thing. You know, the scripture say you shall discern between who serves the Lord and who serves him not. You know, and like I say it one more time, because I'm not going to make this long drawn out. I'll say it one more time. The wheat look exactly like the tares. So it would be asinine for somebody to say that an Israelite that looks like a Moabite is a tare, or an Israelite that looks like an Edomite is a tare, or an Israelite that looks like a Hamite is a tare, or an Israelite that looks like an Ishmaelite is a tare, so on and so forth. When the tares shall look exactly like the wheat. So what scriptures are you guys reading? I would like to know what version of the scripture or what scriptures are you reading to make, you know, such an asinine statement as that. And that's it. That's all I got to say.